Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here on Vlashich, Bosnia. This is a new mod map out by celobuki. It's 809.53 megabytes download. There are no required mods. I was going to say there are custom crops. We'll talk about that in a moment. Contracts are available. I start here at the main start farm, the farm you start with on New Farmer. Slot count is 1,283 on New Farmer. On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, that comes down to 1,091. You don't start with any of the buildings, any of the vehicles and machinery, or anything you see up at this start farm. This will be blank. And obviously on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you won't own the land either. It will look like this. Now, I got the slot count down to 926 from there because there are other farm locations that you can buy. Some just have a sleep trigger on, but it's a location you can start a farm, continue with the farm. We've got a couple of others around the map as well. So removing all the buildings on those as well, got the slot count down. You can remove all the decorative objects and things, and the fencing is all removable as well. This map is gorgeous. It is. So you can see why the slot count is what it is, or the megabyte download, sorry, is what it is. It's a beautiful map, really well made. But now again, I apologise if I've got this wrong. I don't think I have. I'm normally pretty good at this. It's not my first rodeo. We'll go into build mode. Actually, let's go into here first. Let's scroll down until we get to mods and DLCs. So under here, we've got 2 tankers added in by celobuki. These have got the addition of methane on here because the biogas plant produces methane, which you can collect and you can take it and you can sell it. So that's been added in. We come out there and we go into build mode. Under sheds, added in by celobuki, we have got some sheds. Under silos, we've got some silos added in. So we've got the farm silo, 2 million litres. Now that's not actually on the map, but it's here available. This farm silo here says 500,000 litres. Again, I don't think that's placed, but this one is farm silo there, 400,000 litres. Now it's not multi-fruit, it's a standard crop type. If we go from there to containers, so under containers, again did I come across these? I don't think I did. So we've got lime station, fertiliser buy point, herbicide buy point and liquid fertiliser buy point. Having them in there, they are available for you to place. Again, I didn't come across them on the map. That's curious. And then under, was it farmhouses? We've got a few different farmhouses. We come up and we go to production. Now this is because these are modded. So under factories, we have got the dairy, we've got the bakery, we've got the carpentry, and we've got the juice factory. The juice factory isn't placed either, but you can place it, and the reason for that being, I don't think there's anything under sell points, but if we go to greenhouses, we have got this greenhouse. If you've played on any of celobuki's maps, and there's this one, Vlashich, there's MF Farms with Mapper's Paradise and the subby. We've got Alma, Missouri, Goldcrest 22, what else? We've got Ravenport 22, Iowa Plains. So yeah, and on I know Alma especially because I played on Alma. We've got these additional things that have been put in, which give the ability to, pick and choose what you want to play with. Nothing under orchards, nothing under generators. If we go to animals, we do have under cows, under sheep, and then under chickens. Hang on, that one, chickens. We've got some extra pens put in. Under decoration, we have got under fences. Actually, we've got quite a lot added in under fences. There we go. So all these fences added in, like I say, they are removable around the map. Nothing under lights, but under others, we've got some decorative objects, which again, they're around the map on the various different farms, and they are removable as well as placeable, as you can see. And then from there, we go to our landscaping. We've got some additional paint textures added in, as you can see, but nothing under trees and plants. So that's that. Now, as I've already said, 400,000 litre at the silo just there. Harvester, header and header trailer just there. We do have first of our tractors and trailer there. Chicken coop just here for 500 with a light switch for the shed just there. Come across the way, decorative objects, and then we come to this here. So we've got a cultivator and we get a planter. Now this time I'm going to talk about the extra crop types, because some of the productions around the map require the extra crop types. The extra 2 crop types added in are rye and durum wheat. So if we go into this menu, no, this one here, and if you look on the right hand side, if I go across on crop types, it says durum wheat and rye. Fine, that's all good. So what I normally do at this point, I will go into here, I will go to my seeders and planters and see which of them you can use for seeding or planting the extra crop types. Go to seeders, nothing showing. Nothing for rye or durum wheat. Go to planters, nothing showing there for rye or durum wheat. Then I thought, okay, well maybe if I grab the planter, it may not be showing here, but it may work. It's not working. It's not giving me the option for those crop types. So okay, well maybe I've missed something. There's no required mod to download. It hasn't given me anything. If we go to headers, it doesn't even show under headers that the headers will harvest those 2 crop types. So it's a bit weird. I'm assuming something's been missed off the coding somewhere, so this potentially is going to get an update. Now, obviously it depends when mods come out. This came out yesterday. Yes, the 7th. 4 maps came out. This is the first of 4 map tours, so I'm kind of working my way through. So potentially it will get an update. When that will be, I don't know. But I don't know if it's just something in the XML files which normally gets added or tweaked for the seeders or planters, or under vehicles, or not under vehicles, but you know what I mean, under, well it would be in vehicles, but under mods and DLCs, a seeder or planter is put in for those crops. So I think something is missing, which will affect then the knock-on of that is you can't do all of the productions that are on the map. More decorative, sleep trigger just there, wardrobe trigger in the back. And we come to our barn. Let's open the 3 doors on there. So tucked away in here. I did check this, I did check it off camera, so I did check the seeder as well. Again, it's not showing. We've got Fent Favorite just there, we've got a class there, fertilizer spreader, liquid fertilizer and herbicide sprayer. Let's jump in this, that's what we'll use for going round. And then just next to that, we've got a cow barn. I think all the farms, because I say a couple of them are just sleep triggers, but the farms that do have stuff, I think 2 are cow and chicken and 1 is sheep and chicken, I think. So at our main farm, again only on new farmer because none of the buildings are here. So we've got potential for 150 cows here at the main farm. And now we move on. But what I'm going to do, I haven't put my government subsidy signs in. I haven't talked about the map, have I? Let's talk about the map. So a new farmer, we start with the main farm area. That's only 33,000. Field prices and plot prices are very, very reasonable on this map. We start with field 49 or plot 59 and plot 43. Now, I'm going to buy this plot here, plot 3, because that has got a little sleep trigger in the forest on it. I'm going to buy plot 9, again, 96 grand, not expensive. Plot 16, just here, 36,000. I'm then going to get plot 40 up the top here, 22,000. Got a little bit of forestry on it, not a huge amount. The forest plots aren't too expensive. I think it says 5 farms in total. So with the start farm there, and this one here, and this one here having sleep triggers on as potential farms, I think are 2 more, and then this 2. I think that's what it says. So 5 in total. And then the final point I'm going to buy will be later on down here. The biogas plant land you can't buy. You buy the biogas plant, you get the land with it. But there are some plots. I mean, you can buy everything, which is great. So all the plots, all the forest plots, this plot here in the town, this plot here in the town, which means that all the areas that have got houses on, that have got gardens on, that have got open areas, that have got the potential, and I've said this many, many times on map tours, including this plot here, which has got like a church on it as well, and a little house farm to the side of it. You can buy all of those plots of land. So as far as putting in, there you go, see all the new triggers have popped up. So as far as putting in new sell points, new productions, decorative objects, whatever it is you want to put in, you've got the scope to do that. So it's like I say, it's a beautiful map in its own right anyway, but the fact that that's been done gives you the scope to still go further with it and really, really make it your own. And I like that. And you see as you drive, this is another one of those maps that as I'm driving, every I mean, look at this, every little brow of a hill you come over. Let's just jump up on here, because this is like, if you're a photographer, I mean, that's just gorgeous. The sweep of the landscape and the tracks and roads. It's not clunky. The roadways, the texturing, the lighting, it's all absolutely spot on. It's a really, really lovely map. So, I say it's just a pity about that the two crop types. That's the only thing. And I say it'll probably get an update. It'll be a tweak. It'll be done, and it won't be a problem then. It'll be all sorted. So I say all the plots, all the stuff you can see, all the houses. It all fits in. It's all lovely. I mean, the little gravelly bits by the side, the road, the bits of broken tarmac, all of it. It's brilliant. So we're going to head this way first. We're going to take in a anti-clockwise route. So next up will be the grain sell point. I think this is that in the build mode, the big silo. I think it's the building that is the big silo is used for the grain sell point. I'm pretty sure it's the same. It looks like the same building. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's. Obviously, that is just a sell point at the moment. It's actually grain sell point just there. We're going to carry right the way down and go into the forest. To come up through the forest, it's all these sweeping roadways and little. It's got a very alpine feel to it. Bosnia and Herzegovina. And I say, every direction you look, it just looks gorgeous. Even though it's got a factory sitting there. I mean, look at that. Wow. Mind the... There you go, so mind that. Fence posts and vehicles coming out of the way. Onwards. So if you don't watch my mod reviews but just watch my map tours, I have some people that watch everything. Some people just watch the mod reviews. Some people just watch the map tours. Some people do let's plays and map tours. Some people, you know, whatever it might be. If you didn't watch the mod reviews, it was two-parter because there were a lot of mods and a lot of maps came out. It was my wedding anniversary yesterday. I'm just explaining because people were messaging me yesterday saying, "Are you aware there are mods out?" I was 100% aware. 40 plus mods on console plus 4 maps. I did a load of prep work as much as I possibly could last night because it's my wedding anniversary. Myself and MrSealyp we were spending some time together for our anniversary, so I had to knock it on the head at a certain point. I'm sure if I'd have said to her, "Look, I really need to work," she would have been absolutely golden with it. But no, just there wasn't the time to do it. So I'm now trying to catch up and get everything done. So this is plot 3. This is what I was talking about. So you get sleep trigger just here. I think this one's got a wardrobe trigger. So it's like a forestry hut. And because you get the plot of land as well on plot 3, you get all the trees and stuff around it. So a sort of a forestry farm. Again, this building can be removed, as can the shed next to it. Has a very natural feel to this map. Very natural. I've already taken 2 or 3 images to I could potentially use as a thumbnail, and just stopping twice then there was 2 more I thought, oh, that looks good. Which one ends up being the one I pick? I don't know. So out onto the, I say it's a lane, a little road here. Look at this, look. Oh, gorgeous, look at that. And that perspective, that depth, the clarity of everything in the foreground with the distance, oh, it just... I know that's on other maps as well, but this is the map I'm looking at the moment. It's just glorious. It's glorious and packed and detailed, but also fairly basic. And I say that because it's not rammed full of productions. It's not rammed full of extra stuff. There is some extra stuff, but enough, like I say, to make it almost a build your own map. But you can 100% come on here and play as it is. You know, if you're not bothered about the 2 extra crop types, like I say, until it gets an update or whatever happens, it is more than playable. So we are at plot 9. So we came from the farm, down here and across the bridge, just there. We've come down here, past the grain sale point, down to the bottom here, and into the forest. We came up here past plot 3, round here. We're now here at plot 9. Like I say, that was 96 grand for the farm area, the animal pens, and all that big field as well. No brainer. So, sleep trigger, just there. Decorative objects. Chicken run for 500 chickens, just there. Barn and building space. Just here. Again, all of this is removable. And then we've got a sheep pen just here, and we do start with sheep in the field, as you can see. 150 out of a potential 300. So not only are we paying for 96 grand, we're getting the land, we're getting the field next to it, plus we're getting 150 sheep. Awesome. That's plot 9. Technically the third farm. Again, arbitrary numbers. I'm just saying that because that's the order I'm doing them in. There's a lot of these fields are fenced, and I do check to make sure that, excuse me, to make sure that animal pastures. But again, the fencing can be removed. So if fences aren't your thing, you prefer it to be a bit more open plan, you can. I just like all this. It has the amount of weeds and bushes and a little bit of leaf litter and small vegetation. I think that's what gives it a nice natural feel as well to all the forest areas. Some maps you come on and it'll have a very plain texture. It might just have a forest floor. Some it's even more plain than that. It looks like it's had recently cut grass. But this does have, it's a very well established and well made ground texture. We've got a bit of a zigzag now down to plot 16, which brings us off of the high ground back down towards the river and opens out into another wonderful vista. As you can see, cows in the fields. That's plot 16. You do start with cows as well. Now this farmhouse to the right, or house, so farmhouse, and the church, like I say, you can buy those plots of land. There's no sell points or anything on them, but the fact that you can does give you the scope then to decorate, do whatever you want. You might want to have a, you know, you could do the farm productions pack from Giants or the Omatana's ones and those kind of things. You could have some flower stalls. You could have, again, you could have a Christmas market in the winter, you know, that kind of thing. It does say in the description with this, I think Alma was the same, that the winters have been adjusted. So it's changed the weather conditions, so winters will be a lot of snow. Snow road textures during the snowfall. Yeah, so extra stuff added in. So plot 16. In here, I think it's 20? I want to say 20. Yes. 20 out of 150 sheep. Sheep. They're special sheep. The ones that look like cows. These ones. These sheep. They're nice, aren't they? Dairy sheep. Cows. Barn and building space. Just there. Chicken coop for 500 chickens. Just next door. And then sleep trigger. Just other side of the house there. You can see the various different, we saw in the build mode at the start, there was it 4 farmhouses. I think we've seen 3 of them already, haven't we? Log cabins. So back down to the road, which runs alongside the river. We're going to come back past this in a little while, but to our left, it's like a memorial area. Again, that ground can be purchased. There's nothing on it apart from the decorative objects. I think the Bosnia-Herzegovina, I don't know if it's a war memorial or I don't know, but it's a memorial of some description. So just down to our left, we're going to head down there straight across the traffic, of course. This is the water mill. But again, you could have this, you know, if you buy the plot of land, you could have a little quarry here, or again, anything, any production, anything you want. You'd have stuff related to the water mill. If it had been onward production or something like that. Putting in is done over there. Managed production is done here, once purchased, 30,000. There you go. And I say, these two may be an issue at the moment. So that's your water mill. Back up to the road. Oh, blimey. And just up here we have got the animal dealer and the bale sell point. Animal dealer to the left, bale sell point to the right. Back down the road. It's always difficult, I guess, for a map maker, for anyone really, to find that balance, isn't it? Because for the people that want to play 100% realistically, when you look at the size, I was talking to went farming. I did some real farming at the weekend. Went to Nina's farm, Nina and Brian. And we were talking about land and land prices and what it's costing in the UK at the moment, and you know, and when developers buy up land and that kind of thing. So when you get big fields and stuff, and they are up in the millions, you know, high 100,000s into the millions. As far as the game goes, that becomes a much trickier prospect to get to that point. The flip side is, I love a map when the field prices and plot prices aren't ridiculously expensive. They don't necessarily reflect real life, especially if you're buying a property with a farm on it. Yes, of course, in real life it's going to cost millions, you know, or again, like high hundreds of thousands, but it can be. Again, if you're a casual player and you only come on and play maybe an hour a day or a couple of hours or a couple of hours 2 or 3 times a week or whatever it might be, it becomes a trickier proposition getting up to those higher numbers, especially if you want to play semi-realistically or whatever you want to do. Anyway, I was just thinking that as I was driving back about the plot prices. So, just here, we've got the carpenters. Fairly standard as far as the carpenter goes, but a modded building to fit into the surrounding area. As I said, that kind of plot across the way, sort of memorial garden. You can imagine being parades here and that kind of stuff, or whatever it might be. Again, maybe some kind of fetes or fairs. Now, this was the plot I said, the big plot. You can buy the two. There's one with all the houses on. This is sort of the main town plot. No sell points or anything along this bit here, but again, plenty of scope for adding things in if you want to, which is nice. Just here, the bakery, and again this relies on a couple of other things. So, oh, just realised something. Bread, cake, sweet cornbread, apple pie, pumpkin pie, cornbread, pasta, rye bread. That does. Oh, okay. I was going to say on some of the maps prior to this, actually, let's have a look. No, some of them require dried they require dried corn flour, so you need a corn dryer, but these don't. I'm just looking down this recipe here: corn flour, apple pumpkin, durum flour, rye flour. So it doesn't require anything to be dried down. But again, without the durum flour and the rye flour, there's a couple of things you're not going to be able to do. So until it gets tweaked or fixed, we'll have to hold off on that. Next door, we have got the restaurant sale point, and then just past that we've got the dairy. Fairly standard dairy, as far as I can tell. Again, I'm sorry if I've got this wrong. That sign, most of the other signs were individual words, but that had like a poster. I thought, I wonder what that says. As far as I can tell, it says, I think, buying at home, we rely on our own. So it's all about buying locally, that kind of thing. And I think the one next to it, as far as I can tell, Purchase and production milk and dairy products. I think that's what that says, but again, fairly standard dairy. I just realised I haven't got enough money. I have to sell something because the biogas plant is 300,000. What did I buy that I could sell? Oh, I could sell a couple of buildings or something when I get to that point. Let's head up the hill. So this is the plot I was talking about. There's got all the houses and stuff on it. You can buy the land. There's no sell points or anything up this stretch until we get to the top. Again, it's just really picturesque, really nicely done. It's not cartoony, but not too that gritty realism you get on some maps where it's almost, I've said this before, almost kind of washed out. I love that look. I think it's fantastic, but this is sort of somewhere between. But the fact you can buy all these plots allows you then to put, I don't know, beehives, and I was just thinking about beehives and sell points for that and anything you like. I'm always suggesting things, but it makes no difference what I suggest. It's what you want to do, isn't it? So right at the top here is plot 40. Now plot 40 already had, whilst we bought the land, it already had the sawmill on it. We have bought the land sort of around it, but in buying plot 40 we got the sleep trigger at the house just here. So this house here has now got a sleep trigger on it, so we bought that plot of land along with this, but this sawmill was already here. And the sawmill does need to be purchased separately. Buying the land didn't get us yet, I don't think it did. I haven't got enough money to buy it now, but it's a standard sawmill. Yeah, another 100,000 on top. So whilst we bought the land, we don't own it automatically. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove that, and hopefully that'll bring us back up. If not, I'll get rid of a couple of the bits, and what we'll do is we'll head down towards the biogas plant. So I'll show you where we are now. Was that the last place we looked? So we came all the way along here, followed this down to plot 16, came down to the main road, along there, up there to the water mill, animal dealer and bale sell point, back along past there to the carpentry, these plots and stuff like this would say. This is plot 51, which you can buy. Then we came past there to our bakery, restaurant and dairy sell point. We come up the hill past all these houses, and this plot 41 was 7,710. That's all for all of that, which will give you access. And then plot 40 up here, will it let me sell? Still not really enough money, is it? Yeah, 22,000, which gives you all of that, which is pretty cool. So we're going to head down here, back to this road, follow this round to here, and then down to the biogas plant. These plots, I did buy that plot off camera. There was a couple of others that had houses on, this one in here as well. No sleep triggers, no productions, nothing like that on them. But again, the ability and option to place things if you want to. So I'm going to start heading down the hill. I'll see you down the bottom, down by the dairy in just a moment. And then hopefully I'll sell a couple of bits and we can get a bit of money back so we can get the biogas plant. I mean, it doesn't matter, the biogas, oh no it does, because it does the methane. Also, I don't really need to buy it, but I will. I said about heading out to the biogas plant. I didn't even talk about the other bits we're going to get to in a moment. Kind of just glossed over those, but we're going to come back round past the dairy. And we have got just here the gas station. Next to the gas station, that's the methane sell point. So the methane that can be produced at the biogas plant can be sold there at the methane sell point. There's your gas station. Then just across the way, we've got our vehicle shop and our workshop trigger. Our main one. The reset point for the map is at the back of the building. You can open the double doors on both sides. So there's your workshop trigger. There's your vehicle shop trigger. And your reset point, spawn point for your vehicles and machinery is out the back here. Continuing on. So turning on our left. It's just very nicely populated. It has a very immersive feel to it. biogas plant will be coming into view momentarily. Actually, that's something I was going to try before we get there. We're going to build mode, go to demolish. Can I remove fences even if I don't own the land? I can, okay. I wasn't sure. I thought I would double check that because I thought, well, at least you can remove fences, which is pretty cool. But normally you have to own the land. Some maps it allows you to, some don't. And when I was saying about the fact, oh, if fences aren't your thing, it will take a bit of time because you can't remove the whole fence in one go. But you don't have to own the land to remove the fencing. That's a nice feature. Spend the first 4 hours of your gameplay on the new map just removing all the fencing. Just further than I remember it being. On the right, coming up, biogas plants. Blends seamlessly into the landscape. Nothing clunkers about this one. So, as I said, you can't buy the land separately, but when you come to buy the biogas plant for 300,000, standard stuff in, but then methane and digestate out, which you can come and collect with those tankers, and you can sell at the gas station, which should earn you a tidy bit of money. If we come back to our map, you will now see that having come back down there through the town, back out here, we now own the land that's on, and a little bit to the south as well, which is very nice. And that is the map. That is Vlashich, Bosnia, by celobuki. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.